Hello everybody, welcome to another Life on Trahan Creek series video. In today's video, I will show you my way of cooking grilled raccoon. This is a process and recipe in my upcoming Trahan Creek cookbook. I am a freelance writer and I do a lot of projects, so if you're interested in this cookbook, please subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a few more excerpts from it. In fact, at the end of this video, you will see a couple of loaves of home-baked bread. I may put that in a video for you soon. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things before we get into the raccoon cooking process. One is many people don't feel comfortable eating a raccoon. There's really no reason why you can't, as long as the animal is healthy, not sick, or showing any obvious signs of problems. One of the things that people are concerned about are rabies. I live in Mississippi, and in our state there have been no cases confirmed of rabies in our raccoon population. Many of the eastern seaboard states do have confirmed rabies infestation, I guess is maybe the way to say it, or infection in the raccoon population. But that does not render a raccoon inedible. What you do want to do is cook any wild meat, raccoon or anything else, to a temperature of at least 165 degrees. This helps destroy bacteria and other situations, other things in the meat that you just simply don't need in your system. But be sure you use a meat thermometer and check the internal temperature at the deepest center part. Also, be sure you keep your utensils clean when you're processing any wild game. You want to keep them bleached, a little bit of bleach solution with some water, or some type of a bleach wipe, and then just wash them good in hot water. But definitely keep them clean. So those are the things that I recommend for food safety and good food preparation. If you do that, there's no reason you can't eat raccoon. It's just a form of protein, and it's not bad. There's a lot of videos on YouTube showing how to cook raccoon in various ways, from crock pots to stews, roasting in the oven, many things of that nature. And those are all good. But what I'm going to show you today is grilling raccoon. That's not something that people tend to think about doing. However, raccoon meat is a meat that's got a lot of, I guess you'd say, fat on it. It's a little more greasy, I think is what I would say, in terms of the nature of the meat than other types of lean wild game, such as deer or rabbit or something of that nature. In any event, the raccoon, being that kind of an animal with more fat content in its meat and a little more greasiness, it's very much like a pig. In fact, a raccoon is basically nothing but a small pig. It eats all the time and it eats fat. So when you clean the raccoon, you'll see what I'm talking about. There'll be fat all over the place, and you do want to get all the fat you can off. Fat's just plain nasty tasting. But once you get the piece down to a relatively lean portion of meat, it will grill much like pork will, because it does have that type of fat content in the meat. So it grills real nice. Don't grill it too long, because when you do, you toughen the meat, but you got to get to that internal temperature. So it's kind of a fine art to it, and you may mess up a couple of times before you get it right, but I think you can do it. Okay, last thing I want to say about cooking raccoons is they benefit greatly, the taste benefits greatly from heavy pepper. If you like pepper, just pour it on. But it needs heavy pepper to it to counteract a little bit of the taste of the meat and sort of smooth it out. I think it just benefits from it, and so does everybody else that cooks it. So just be liberal with your pepper. If you're grilling, you're probably going to be using some spices and dry rubs, barbecue sauce, whatever you want, wood to smoke with. Any of that can be used on the Raccoon. Just feel free to experiment. I like to do mine over hardwoods, flavored hardwoods like mesquite or hickory, applewood, or whatever you like. And that just imparts a good smoky flavor to it. But you also need to put spices on it. All right, let's get going with the actual process.
First, you need a raccoon, like this one, or this one in my deer feeder. Before starting the cooking process, you must clean the raccoon parts completely. In this photo, the leg on the left has been cleaned and the one on the right has not. You want to remove all yellow and white materials because the meat itself is red. That would be membranes, fat, as well as sinews. Flipping the legs over, repeat the process on this second side. This photo shows the left side that's been cleaned and the right side that has not. Be sure to remove any glands that were not removed during the skinning process. Next, it's time to soak the pieces in salt water for a few hours and then marinate overnight. Try using Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, and a little water for your marinade. Now it's time to get the grill ready. I like to do my grilling over an open hardwood fire. Preppers and survivalists, this is exactly how you can do it in the woods. Grilling over an open hardwood fire is tricky. I use a slotted pan, but that does allow the drippings to go into the fire and it will flare up. So you need to be able to keep the pan moving regularly and watch your fire. If you're a beginner, you can just use charcoal or gas. For my meal today, I'm adding home-baked bread and fresh organic vegetables from my garden. If you try this dish, feel free to post a comment and let me know how it turned out.